Okay, here I am back. We're still hanging these doors here. I'm going to put these square hinges in these radius holes. Got this thing here, it's called a butt gauge. It's made by General Tools. You can see this little dot, this little tapered edge point there. And this is adjustable. Now the beauty of this tool is I set the tool like this. So the tool is going to rest against the stop here. And then that little point is adjustable. So I'm going to, when I go to install my hinge in the middle, I know how far it's got to come off the stop, because I'm going to have this marked right here. This is adjustable. This, you loosen the screw, it's adjustable. Now once I get the door, find the door locations, or the hinge location on the door, this same tool, you use this side to mark your hinges. And this gives you 1/16 of an inch off of your door stop, so you can, you run this point on here and it makes a mark. And you can see the way it's tapered, that it's like a little chisel. But this is a butt gauge. And again, you just put it against the, you loosen it with a screwdriver. It takes two hands. I got a cell phone in the other hand. I loosen this screw, and I slide this in, and I hold this with the other finger, and I can adjust that point. If you can see that point, I can adjust that point to whatever I need as far as the back of the hinge off of the stop. Here's the stop. This is a kind of a dark house, and it's dark stain on the wood. And that gives me, I'll just make a little mark here so you can see it. Here's where this hinge is going to go, basically. It's going to go right here. I'm going to hold this thing on here. I'll just make a mark. That mark there, the back of this line is the edge of my hinge. Now this line is actually tapered. It's a tapered cut. It's flat in the front, and in the back part it's tapered, just like a chisel. So that's going to give me my location of the hinge, not this way, but this way. And again, when I turn this over, this is the part that runs against the stop right here, where my pinky's at. You can see my pinky's at. That runs against the stop. I turn this over. Once I find my locations, I ride this edge, spin this thing over, ride this edge on the door, and that gives me the back set off the edge of the door for the hinges. It's called a butt gauge, made by General Tool. I don't even know. There's the number if you're looking for the number. It's number 824, General Tool, and it's called a butt gauge, General butt gauge. Very handy tool. I was forced to learn how to use this. I was working in an apartment building, and there was a lot of doors that all needed to be fixed, and I said, I got to try this tool out, and I tried it out, and it worked. It worked very well. I heard about it in a carpentry book. The book was called, Dale Stewart was the writer, and the book was called Carpentry, and it was Sterling Press. And that's where I learned about this butt gauge. And of course that was back in 1988 or 90 or something like that, when I got out of high school. All right, thanks for your time. This is Len David Hart.